Good morning. Body warmer is out this morning, as it is. A little bit nippy, but autumn is coming. Autumn is here, rather. Anyway, we have Pilates and Tai Chi to start the day. All can be done from home or with us in person, which is cool. So, wanted to talk about, do diets fail? Are diets pointless? How do you know if your diet has failed? And something to remember next time, and I've gone really dark if you're watching, but just cutting past this bit. What to remember next time you feel like you failed with your diet, it's not worked. Now, first of all, I just want to say that even losing 5% of your body weight, so that's 5% of your body weight, can have a significant change in your cholesterol, in your blood pressure, in your metabolic markers for blood sugar levels, insulin sensitivity. So that's just 5% of your body weight loss. So next time when you think, you know what, I've not lost enough, I should have lost more. You know how it is sometimes. Sometimes we, when we lose a pound, it's like, oh yeah, but the scale could have moved. Yeah, but if I would have done this, I would have lost 3. We gain a pound and it's like, oh no, I've gained a pound. Like, we over-exaggerate those lows and under-exaggerate the highs. Now, when we look at do diets fail, we've got to look at what the actual goal was in the first place. For example, let's say you lose, I've worked with people who have lost, say, 2-3 stone over a certain period of time, and let's say they regain like 5 pounds. In the grand scheme of things, percentage-wise, that's nothing. Providing that's a little bit of a, oh, what have I done differently? That's just a reminder. That's there for a reason, that maybe a few things have slipped. Maybe they've had an awesome time on holiday, and actually, that's a good thing. Morning, Karen. That's actually a good thing, because that's what it's about, right? Now, often in the literature and the research, this could be labelled as diets fail because they've lost weight and they've put a little bit back on. But actually, when you consider what your goal is, actually, the trend's the thing that counts. You're always going to be a bit up and down. You're never just going to lose it all and keep it all off. There's going to be little blips along the way, and the more comfortable you get with them, the better and the easier it's going to be to stick to. Because like I said, if you lose 5% of your body weight, that can have a significant effect on cholesterol, blood pressure, and other metabolic markers of health, which is very realistic and easy to do. And I'd actually go as far as saying that most people will fail because the little bit of weight regain that maybe they have, or maybe they do something for a bit and then they come off it and then they think, oh, it didn't work, rather than actually remembering that one of the keys to actually keeping the weight off long term is, weirdly, is to have actually failed more times. When you look at it, the more you've failed in the past, one, perhaps you could say the more resilient you become, right? And think of all things in life. The more times you've done something, whether it's job interviews, whether it's the more kids you've brought up, the easier it becomes, I think, ish. But the more resilient you come to it, the more you expect things to happen, like those sleepless nights, and they just become a bit like, yeah, they're just not going to sleep, it's fine. So if you consider that when it comes to diets, actually, and weight loss attempts, actually you start to eliminate the things that don't work for you, and you start to understand the things that will work for you, and you start to potentially get a little breakthrough that maybe I shouldn't be in such of a rush. There's times when you can be in a rush, but actually, what does successful weight loss actually mean to you? What does successful fat loss mean to you? What does getting fit mean to you? Because sometimes we don't even know what it is. And when you don't know what it is, you're always going to be beating yourself up because you're not going to achieve it, because you don't know what it is. And I think it's a slippery slope that we sometimes fall into, because maybe we see that someone else has lost X amount, but relatively, if you looked at the percentage, you might actually have lost the same, percentage-wise, because maybe you're smaller than they are. And it's a comparison thing. They say comparison is the thief of joy. Then we go a bit, you know what, maybe I'm not doing good, maybe I'm not good enough. And I think it's really important that you take the wins. Really important to take those wins, because we're so, like I said at the start, we're so so quick to beat ourselves up on a downer, but we rarely put the opposite in place to give ourselves a pat on the back when it actually goes well. And I was speaking to one of the ladies yesterday, and in a kickstart she's lost 11 pounds, which is amazing, but because she's got so far to go, it's hard to celebrate, because she says, you know, and I'll share this sentence, I can celebrate when I'm where I want to be, like, because other people are in this position now and they're not celebrating, they're just starting. If you think about that comparison, so someone else is starting where she is now after losing 11 pounds, so technically she shouldn't celebrate. That's a thought that can go in our heads, which is really damaging, really, if you think about how that can impact the fact that we're not giving ourselves credit for how far we've come already. The fact that we're steps up the mountain already and we've got a view, rather than being at the bottom. And I say that to a lot of the ladies who just start out, who are really maybe scared of attending a session because they think it's going to be like a gym or like a big class with like 20 people in there, when in reality there's like 6 or 3. So it's actually a nice small ladies only personal training environment where, or in fact you can do it all from home, like we are this morning with Pilates and Tai Chi. So my point here is, just don't be too quick to label a diet as failure, when actually if you look at the research, when you look at the literature, when you look at what works, what doesn't work, how they define it, the fact that you can lose 5% of your body weight and actually see over time metabolic effects that will make you healthier in many ways, and the fact that you're actually on your journey is still a win. You might not be where you want to be yesterday, but you're closer to where you were before. And if you apply that 1% rule, how can I get 1% better today? Just focus on that, because if you choose to be 1% better right now, that's all that matters, because that's in your control, regardless of what the weather does, regardless of what happens tomorrow. No matter how you're feeling, you're 100% in control of your behaviours. And that's a powerful thought. Something I always remember. I can have a workout when I feel rubbish, which is quite liberating. I have the choice to do it if I want to. Or I can choose to put on a space mask. If you haven't used these, by the way, this is Fruci's idea. She bought these space masks. You put them on your eyes before you go to bed, or if you're just chilling out, and they gently heat up. They're amazing. I just reuse them as a face mask, eye mask, to go to bed with. And what if you just said, okay, instead of eating when I'm not hungry tonight, I want to treat myself to a space mask. That's something that I'm doing at the moment. Go to bed earlier. I've done it 2 nights out of 3 at the moment. I put binaural beats on, space mask. If you haven't tried them, by the way, they should sponsor me, really. All I've been talking about is space masks for the last 2 days. They gently warm your eyes. Anyway, I go off on a tangent, don't I? We're here now anyway, so we are starting. So, hope that helps. Any questions, let me know. 28-day kickstart. We begin 28th of September. Marlborough Devices or from home. So, any questions, just let me know. Take care.